All right, today we are diving into an idea that might completely flip how you think about your work, your creativity, and your progress. What if I told you that everything that truly matters, all that context, isn't actually stored in your computer at all? Let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? That absolute heart-stopping panic when a browser crashes, a session times out, or you accidentally close the window. It feels like hours of your thinking, your hard work, just poof, vanished. It's a terrible feeling, and it comes from a really common belief we all have about where our progress actually lives. See, most of us, for our entire lives, have been working like our progress is this delicate, fragile thing. We think it lives inside our software, one crash away from being lost forever. But what if that whole idea is just wrong?
I mean, just look at this list of digital nightmares. A lost chat history with an AI, a container that just dies, a Git repo that gets messed up. Each one of these feels like a massive setback, right? It feels like the work itself is gone, like our entire train of thought has been derailed by some tech glitch.
We've basically been trained to think our context is this external thing held hostage by our tools. If the environment breaks, the work is gone. Simple as that. Well, today, we're going to completely tear that myth apart.
It actually took a pretty extreme real-world experiment to shatter this illusion for good. A simple but incredibly tough constraint revealed a profound truth about where work actually happens. Okay, just try to imagine this. You can only use a computer for 30 minutes at a time. And after every single session, the entire thing resets, wiped clean. No saved files, no persistent setup, just these short, isolated bursts of work. Logically, building anything complex should be impossible. And yet, over the course of a week, a full game, complete with AI, was built this way.
And here is the absolute kicker. Even though the tools were reset to 0 every 30 minutes, the project kept moving forward. The progress wasn't lost. The continuity was somehow totally intact. So how on earth is that possible?
And this was the big aha moment. The context, the actual engine driving the progress, was never in the software. It was never in the machine. It was inside the human mind the entire time. Once you see that, it forces a complete paradigm shift. We have totally redefined where progress and context actually come from. It's not out there in the world. It's deep inside of us. Think about it like this. On one side, you have the illusion, the open tabs, the AI chat history, the current state of your code. We think that's our context. But really, those are just shadows on the wall. They're representations. The reality, the source of all that, is the deep stuff, the conceptual models, the mental architecture, the rules of the system that you've built inside your head. That is the real source code.
And we can give this a name. It's your internal map. It's this super compressed, deeply understood model of whatever you're working on. It's the thing that lets you pick up right where you left off, not by reloading a file, but by literally reconstructing the system from your own understanding.
So, okay, why is this so important? Well, when you truly get this, it's unbelievably freeing. It liberates you from all that anxiety and all the limitations of your tools. Just think about all the worry around AI limitations, right? Token windows, sessions expiring, the AI forgetting your project. Turns out, those are just conveniences. They're helpful for sure, but they are not the foundation of your project. They don't hold its living state. You do. And just look at what this unlocks. You can switch from one code editor to another, or one AI model to the next, or even change your creative medium entirely. You can drop a project for 6 months and come back to it, because the core logic, that internal map, is still right there with you. It's not starting over, it's just grabbing a different tool. This reframes everything. Deciding to step away from a project or a tool isn't failure. It's not regression. It's a strategic choice. You're just reallocating your brilliant internal map to a new set of tools that better fit where you are right now. And this all leads to a much deeper question, which is, what is our real creative engine then? If it's not the tools, what is it? The final product, the app, the painting, the document, that was never the real point. The true reward, the real value, is in the process of building that internal map. It's the exploration, the learning, the touching a system and seeing how it responds. That's where the magic happens. I love this metaphor. The things we create are artifacts. They're just footprints in the sand. They're just evidence that we were there, that we moved, that we explored. And once that journey is done and the map is in your head, the footprint has kind of served its purpose. And that's why you can let go of old projects without feeling like you've lost something. So let's just boil it all down with this chart. The illusion is that continuity lives out there.
in our IDEs, our repositories, our chat sessions. But the reality is that it lives in our uniquely human abilities to compress meaning, to rebuild incredibly complex things purely from memory, and to maintain our own internal state.
And this right here is the single most important thing to take away from all this. You don't lose progress when your tools fail you. You only ever lose it when you forget what you learned, when you lose your internal map.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. As you go about your work, are you just using your tools, or are you consciously building and strengthening that internal map? Because at the end of the day, that map is your most valuable, your most resilient, and your most powerful creative asset. Thanks for tuning in.